As a doctor and a mother, I've dedicated my life to understanding the intricate connections between our health and the world around us. It's a journey filled with both challenges and profound rewards, especially when it comes to the well-being of our children. I know parents are always concerned about their children's health and development. From the moment they're born, we're constantly observing, questioning, and seeking reassurance that they're thriving. We want to give them the best possible start in life, and that includes ensuring their physical and mental well-being. In recent years, a striking pattern has emerged, a trend that demands our attention and further investigation. This isn't just anecdotal. It's reflected in the data, in the research, and in the experiences of countless families. Boys are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and ADHD far more often than girls. This disparity isn't new, but its persistence and magnitude are increasingly concerning. We see it in classrooms, in clinics, and in the growing body of research dedicated to understanding these conditions. The numbers are clear. Autism is diagnosed in boys at a rate of 4 to 1, highlighting a significant difference in prevalence between genders. This isn't just a slight variation, it's a substantial gap that warrants careful examination, and ADHD at least 2 to 1. This means that for every girl diagnosed with ADHD, there are at least 2 boys receiving the same diagnosis. These figures underscore the urgent need to understand the underlying factors contributing to this gender imbalance. This gender gap isn't just a statistic, it represents real children, real families, and real challenges. It shapes families' lives, influencing everything from daily routines to long-term planning. It impacts parental stress, sibling dynamics, and the overall well-being of the entire family unit, and raises urgent questions. Is it biology, social bias, or something else? What are the root causes driving this disparity, and how can we address them effectively? If we don't understand why, we risk missing girls who need help, girls whose struggles may be overlooked or misattributed due to prevailing biases and diagnostic criteria, and overlooking key causes that could lead to better prevention and care. By focusing solely on one gender, we may be missing crucial insights that could benefit all children. Now, new research points to a surprising factor, a potential piece of the puzzle that has been largely overlooked until now. Chemicals in our environment may be playing a bigger role than we ever realized. These ubiquitous substances, found in everything from plastics to pesticides, could be exerting a subtle yet significant influence on our children's neurological development. Scientists at the University of Rochester, a leading institution in medical research, have recently uncovered a compelling potential environmental trigger that may be linked to the development of autism and ADHD. This groundbreaking discovery could reshape our understanding of these complex conditions. Their research is meticulously focused on PFAS, the group of chemicals often referred to as forever chemicals, due to their persistence in the environment and the human body. These substances are incredibly stable and don't break down easily. The study delves into how these pervasive chemicals might influence the intricate processes of brain development, particularly during crucial stages of growth. The study revealed that exposure to a specific PFAS chemical, even at low levels, during early development, specifically during prenatal and early childhood periods, caused significant brain changes that have been directly linked to the manifestation of autism and ADHD-like symptoms. These changes affect key areas of the brain responsible for social interaction, attention, and behavior. Most strikingly, the research indicated that male subjects were far more susceptible and affected by PFAS exposure than their female counterparts, suggesting a potential biological reason for the observed gender gap in autism and ADHD diagnoses. This finding warrants further investigation into hormonal and genetic factors. This groundbreaking discovery shifts the conversation surrounding these conditions away from a sole focus on genetics and social factors and towards something we can potentially control and mitigate: our immediate environment and the substances we are exposed to daily. Understanding this critical link empowers both parents and policymakers to take informed action, advocating for safer products and implementing preventative measures. It opens the door to proactive prevention strategies, stricter regulation of harmful chemicals, and ultimately, safer choices for our children and future generations. The implications of this research are truly huge, suggesting that the seemingly innocuous substances present in our homes, our tap water, and everyday products could be playing a significant role in shaping the neurological development of our children's brains. Forever chemicals, more formally known as per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, are a group of compounds that have captured the attention of scientists and the public alike. These substances are a family of man-made chemicals, numbering in the thousands, that possess a unique characteristic: they don't readily break down in the environment. This resistance to degradation is what earns them the moniker forever chemicals. Their persistence means they remain in the environment, or even accumulate within our bodies, for extended periods, raising concerns about potential long-term health implications. Used extensively since the 1940s in a wide array of industrial and consumer products, they're now ubiquitous, found in non-stick pans, providing that slick surface we've come to rely on for easy cooking and cleanup. They're also found in stain-resistant fabrics, protecting our furniture and clothing from spills and messes, and in waterproof clothing, keeping us dry and comfortable in wet conditions. They're even present in food packaging, preventing grease and liquids from seeping through. You might be surprised to learn that they're also in cosmetics, contributing to the texture and longevity of certain products. Because they're so incredibly stable and resistant to breakdown, PFAS accumulate in water sources, contaminating our drinking supplies as well as in soil, impacting agriculture, and even in the air we breathe. This widespread environmental presence inevitably leads to their accumulation in our bodies. Everyday exposure is common. It's almost impossible to completely avoid them. They can enter our systems through drinking water, the food we consume, and even household dust can contain PFAS, which we inhale or ingest unknowingly. Over time, these chemicals build up, accumulating within us. They concentrate in our blood and organs, potentially disrupting normal bodily functions. This accumulation is raising significant concerns among health professionals about potential long-term health effects. Extensive research links PFAS to a range of adverse health outcomes, including cancers, specifically kidney and testicular cancer. They're also associated with liver and thyroid problems, disrupting the delicate balance of these vital organs. Furthermore, PFAS exposure can lead to immune dysfunction, weakening the body's ability to fight off infections and diseases. Now, scientists are increasingly focusing on their potential impact on brain development, particularly in vulnerable populations. This is especially concerning during pregnancy and early childhood, critical periods for brain growth and development. Studies have shown that PFAS can cross the placenta, reaching the developing fetus. This exposure can potentially interfere with fetal brain formation, potentially leading to neurodevelopmental issues later in life. Given these potential risks, their widespread presence in our homes and environment is a pressing concern for families everywhere, prompting a need for greater awareness and proactive measures to minimize exposure. To understand PFAS's impact, researchers studied a specific chemical, PFHXA, often used as a safer replacement for older PFAS. Pregnant mice were given PFHXA in their drinking water at levels similar to what's found in humans today. The exposure coincided with a critical window of brain development. After birth, the mice were tested for behaviors linked to autism and ADHD, like hyperactivity and repetitive actions. Scientists also examined their brains for cellular changes, focusing on regions that regulate behavior and hormones. The results: clear behavioral and biological changes in exposed mice, especially males. This study provides a direct link between a common environmental chemical and neurodevelopmental changes. The most dramatic finding: only male mice exposed to PFHXA showed significant behavioral changes, hyperactivity, and repetitive actions. These behaviors closely mirror symptoms of autism and ADHD in humans. Brain analysis revealed an overabundance of dopamine-producing neurons in the hypothalamus of exposed males, a pattern seen in ADHD. Female mice, in contrast, showed little to no change. This suggests the developing male brain is uniquely vulnerable to PFHXA's effects. The discovery points to a biological mechanism behind the gender gap in diagnoses. For years, experts have debated whether the gender gap in autism and ADHD is due to biology or social bias. Some argue boys are biologically more susceptible, while others point to diagnostic criteria based on male symptoms. Girls often mask their symptoms or present differently, leading to underdiagnosis. The new research on PFAS adds a crucial piece: environmental chemicals may amplify boys' biological vulnerability. But social and diagnostic biases still matter. Girls' struggles are often overlooked or misattributed. The answer is likely a combination: biology, environment, and bias all play roles. Understanding these factors is key to fairer, more accurate diagnoses for all children. It's time to rethink how we identify and support kids with neurodevelopmental challenges. Autism and ADHD are not rare. 1 in 36 U.S. children is diagnosed with autism, and about 10% have ADHD. Boys are 4 times more likely to be diagnosed with autism and twice as likely for ADHD. These conditions affect social interaction, communication, attention, and behavior, with wide-ranging impacts on daily life. Early diagnosis and intervention are crucial for helping children thrive. ADHD comes in 3 types: inattentive, hyperactive impulsive, and combined. The rising rates and persistent gender gap highlight the urgent need to understand their causes. Research into environmental factors like PFAS is vital for public health. The stakes are high. These diagnoses shape the lives of millions of families. The Rochester study is a wake-up call about the dangers of PFAS. Despite mounting evidence, U.S. regulations on these chemicals remain patchy and often inadequate. Replacement chemicals like PFHXA, once considered safer, are now shown to have serious risks. As older PFAS are phased out, new ones take their place, increasing our overall exposure. Scientists warn we're running a massive, uncontrolled experiment on ourselves and our children. Many experts now call for strict class-wide regulation of PFAS to prevent harmful substitutions. Protecting children's brain health demands urgent, comprehensive action. The link between forever chemicals and neurodevelopmental disorders is vital knowledge for every parent. This isn't about panic, it's about empowerment. You can reduce your family's risk, filter drinking water, avoid non-stick cookware, and choose PFAS-free products. The environment starting in the womb shapes children's brain health as much as genetics. These findings should drive stronger regulations and safer products for all families. Parents' voices matter. Demanding safer environments and better policies protects future generations. Science gives us the tools to make informed choices and push for change. Together, we can help every